It's long been one of the great ironies of cruising that a voyage by sea offers passengers a chance to travel to so many different lands. And yet too often cruise lines focus too much on onboard rather than onshore experiences. Azamara aims to change that perception. Why should a cruise itinerary be limited to a mere sampling of fabulous destinations?
Let's say staying longer in port. That for me is one of the main keys, to have more of the flavors of the city that they can offer, especially by night.
In marquee ports like our home base in Copenhagen and a 2-day stop in Reykjavik, longer visits were conducive to rambling, visiting off the beaten path places, and offering real immersion.
We want to slow down the ships a little bit. We want to see going into destinations rather longer, giving the guests the opportunity to really see the places.
On our cruise to some of Northern Europe's most exotic places, longer time spent in port wasn't limited to Denmark's glittery capital. Memorable was an overnight in Iceland's Reykjavik, where there was time to explore the island's rugged interior and, as well, explore this cosmopolitan city.
We don't want to have just the regular city tour, that you can just enjoy it and walk around the city.
Taking these super Jeep trips, it gives you the opportunity to access the country and see it from an entirely different, different locations that you couldn't do if you were on board a coach. So that you're actually being privileged in the sense that you get to see, go to places and see areas that others can't access.
In the Faroe Islands, a tour that blended daredevil adventure with an immersion into nature was the chance to take a speedboat ride. We got right up close to cliffs and caves and even had an intimate glimpse of our own ship's hull. And for many passengers who've traveled widely and want to see new places as well as familiar and famous ones, the way that Azamara choreographs its itineraries, with a mix as well of smaller, more offbeat ports, is part of its appeal. A surprising highlight of our Northern Europe cruise was the chance to visit the relatively unknown, such as the Faroe Islands and also Scotland's Orkneys, where we had a near-private and leisurely stroll around the famed Stonehenge precursor called the Ring of Brodgar, after the tourist buses had all departed. But these places are not on itineraries of the megaships that ply oft-congested Europe ports in the height of the summer tourist season was obvious. We were almost always the only ship in town.